Microphone check 1 2. This is yours truly, Maximus of the Brothers of Steel, and I'm just gonna introduce Game Talk tonight after such a long absence. Yeah, we're back on the air. Forsaken and Dartford Trick, they are here tonight. We're gonna be talking about Battlefield 5 and of course some information on Spider-Man and yeah, a special topic at the end. I'll just save that for the guys to introduce. Okay, so guys, are you there?
Yep, we're here.
Alrighty then. So what are the issues involved tonight, guys?
First we'll be talking about Fred's experience playing Spider-Man. He streamed for a bit, so Fred has full coverage for that one, and then we'll go into both of our impressions of Battlefield 5 before we move on to an additional topic later. So I guess Fred will be starting off in a sec.
Fredo.
There we go. Fred, Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Spider-Man. What about Spider-Man? Is it a good game? Of course it is a good game. Is it a great game? Yes, it is. I think there's also, if I'm not mistaken, today we got an article released stating that it is actually one of Sony's fastest selling exclusives as well.
Indeed it is.
You know? And yeah, that speaks volumes. I thought
For
like
real.
God of War was pulling that title, you know what I'm saying? Which it was, but now it's like yo, you know, it's blown out. And really actually it is a great game. I know that I'm supposed to be streaming it. So I apologize to my Spider-Man viewers and they who
Good
like
night,
watch the stream
to
and
Curve
watch
Bullet on the stream. Thank you for joining the streams.
Sub bullet.
Yeah, he joined real quick there, boy.
Fred going back there, but yeah, it broke the record for the opening sale in which God of War held it before with 3.1 million copies, but Spider-Man shattered it with 3.3.
So, you know, but I mean, as I said before, you know, Jonathan and I, when we have our discussions, as great as the game is, if you're supposed to contend for Game of the Year, I wanted to get an award, but I don't think it will get Game of the Year because of the I don't know. I just think that God of War still is heading for Game of the Year. I mean, I know Red Dead hasn't released as yet, but I still don't think Red Dead could claim Game of the Year. No, Forsaken, he is saying Red Dead will take it, but I still think God of War will hold on strong and remain Game of the Year. I mean, because then it means like it comes like, yo, Red Dead has to sell real copies.
Which it will.
Copies. But would it outsell like Spider-Man or God of War? I don't think so.
Remember that's base sales on PS4 alone with regards to Spider-Man and God of War, because those are exclusive. But if you so it will not be if you're going into compare that, it'll be unfair, because remember Red Dead will be going across consoles while those guys will lock the PS4 straight. So unless they just decide to compare it on sales alone. But remember, Game of the Year is all about how good the game is as well. That is why we say the running was originally God of War alone, and then Spider-Man came. It was an iffy situation before Spider-Man released, if it would live up to what it was going to be. And it over-lived up to what it was going to be. So now that jump in the race too.
Really and truly. I mean, for those, I mean, this is GameTalk, so some of you all may know, some of you all may not have known, but the week before the release of Spider-Man, you know, with the whole puddle issue, you know, everybody was like, oh, look at the puddle, you know, they downgraded on the puddle, and everybody was saying that Spider-Man will be downgraded graphically, and you know, they started to compare it to, let's say, games such as Watch Dogs, which is a Ubisoft game that we know was downgraded in the graphics department. But between you and me, like, I've played the game, I've spent quite a few hours. Basically I completed the game, but as I said, I will explain to my followers who watch the stream for the Spider-Man. I have not forgotten you guys. I'm actually doing something real special for you guys because of my busy schedule. But graphically, yo, the game looks better. It looks so good. Everything, every costume, the details is crisp. Is like, yo, I it was just great. Spider-Man is a great game. It's a fun game. Um, Depending on how you take it. It took me a while to actually platinum the game. It took me a week longer because of my busy schedule, as I said, and I was just enjoying the game too much. Like, I was doing side missions one time. Sometimes when you're presented with a game like this, it's either, okay, do I want to finish the main story first and then do the side missions? That's how normally I tackle the game. But like with this game, it was just like, yo, I want to do the side missions and do certain side objectives, because those side objectives also help you get better costumes. So you have like landmarks, you go, you see certain landmarks within New York City itself. And being as a resident of New York City, it was like, oh yeah, look, like I know that area and I know that area. And then also New York City within the Marvel universe, so you have like buildings such as like the Avengers Tower, and you scale that building and it's like, whoa. It really feels good. The mechanics, web swinging, oh my gosh, Insomniac, they have nailed web swinging in this game. I think that was also like one of the big issues and concerns a lot of gamers we had before the release of Spider-Man, in terms of would the web swinging be great, because that was, for previous Spider-Man games, one of the most difficult and
Flaws.
challenging thing. Yeah, it wasn't great. It was bearable for you to be able to play the game, but in terms of like, yo, great, like, yo, this game, I mean, you have like the fast travel system, but use the fast travel system, I'm gonna swing, and you can do tricks, you can do a lot of stuff in the game that it feels, it feels great. Yeah, you could have certain missions where it's stealth, so you can go in stealthily, or just go in webs blazing, because Spider-Man doesn't really use guns, so I can't say guns blazing, but he is blazing the webs. But yo, Spider-Man has been a great experience for me. If you own a PlayStation 4 and you have not picked up Spider-Man as yet, I am telling you, it is best you pick up Spider-Man one time. Like, don't think about it. Just go in the store right now and purchase it. So I think that's me for Spider-Man.
That's it? Really? You don't want to talk like about I mean, we just touched a little bit on the subject of the puddle, because people consider it a downgrade, when in really it was just like a designer choice of why they removed the puddle from the game. And I think it was just a lot of hate for the fact that it was an exclusive.
I think so. You know what I'm saying? A lot of like the Xbox fanboys, and they would have been like, yo, why, we wanted to experience this, and they haven't, gotten that. But the game is great. Like, I'm not lying. The story in itself, oh my gosh, this game told the story so good. You all have no idea. When you play and you're watching the cinematics for this, and you're following the story, you'll be like, yo, character development is there, backstory. If you're not a Spider-Man or comic book junkie, some of the villains, unless you really and truly know the comics, you may not know their backstory, because they haven't really gone into the backstory of every single villain in the game per se. But yo, you're in for some shockers, really and truly. Like, the story is great. You see Peter Parker struggling to really and truly manage that superhero life in secret, then still deal with like personal problems, whether it be like work, relationships, and it all comes together. The conversations feel genuine. You know, like when you make a game and characters have to like interact with each other, sometimes you'll be like, yo, like they're forcing it, but it doesn't feel natural. You know? If you understand where I'm coming from, like, yo, that's not there. Every character interacts with each other, and it's like, yo, when two characters disagree with each other, you feel the tension, like, yo, like, this dude is about to get punched real hard, you know what I'm saying? But it is a great game. It because of how great the game was is the reason why it took away, because for those who don't know, Spider-Man released last week, so the game is only like about a week old. But also last week was the Battlefield 5 beta, and I think this will run into our new topic or next topic, Battlefield 5, in terms of why I didn't spend much time on Battlefield 5. And I think, you know, you will cover your end of Battlefield 5, and I will cover my end. But Spider-Man basically was just taking up most of my time.
Can I ask one question, Dartford?
Yeah,
Considering that you played both games, God of War and Spider-Man, which one do you prefer? Sorry to put you in the spot. Sorry to put you in the spot, man. But based on the comments you made just now, and that's the main question that's just popped into my head.
I would still give it I would give it to God of War. Reason being, no, Spider-Man is a great story, but you know, it's like with this one, it was just like, okay, it's not necessarily like the origin story in terms of like we're not like seeing Peter Parker when he was a teenager getting bit by the spider. Peter Parker in the game is 23 years, so he has already, you know, experience and knows how to use his powers. But with God of War, it was a continuation of a story that was, we thought was concluded, and they're just like, no, we're not done as yet, we're just getting started. So I would give it to God of War for that aspect, in terms of like the amount of games that you would have played and seeing Kratos develop to now seeing Kratos as an older adult. I was, how old would you say like Kratos is at this point in time? Like what, he's going through his mid years, like you're like what, like 40 something?
Nah, maybe 50, 60 something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that was what God of War was. It's like, alright, you know, he's no longer ignorant, arrogant, you know, he has more self-control. You know, it's like God of War really actually is the better in terms of like, I will give it that much respect because I have love for it. You know what I'm saying? But I love Spider-Man. I still love Spider-Man. But God of War, that's why to me God of War will take Game of the Year, because it was just like, yo, it wasn't expected.
All right, I guess we'll go into Battlefield 5.
We'll start Battlefield 5, and we have a lot to carry to talk and cover with Battlefield 5. So you can start off with your impressions, you know, and then I will say mine, I guess.
Okay, let's see.
To everybody who's watching, if I haven't addressed anyone.
Maybe Mason, Gamer Dude. Thanks for joining us. Alright, let's see. Let's go. My impressions of Battlefield 5. I played the Battlefield 5 beta on PC first because I have Origin Access. And for you all who don't know, Origin Access now provides Origin Access Premier, which for you PC gamers allows you to get all of their games for the year, the Ultimate Editions, not the Basic Editions. You get them for paying the subscription, you get access to them, so that means you also get access to the game early. And while I'm mentioning that, look out for next Game Talk. I'll be talking about FIFA 2019, unless you guys have bought it already. I can wait for a review on that, because I'm still trying out the different game modes. But Battlefield 5 felt to me a bit buggy and not really much of an improvement. Of one, it felt like how to little slow. I guess they tried to get more realism in the game because you had very limited ammo. It wasn't like the earlier versions where you'd go on point and spray. And I guess that's a plus. I wouldn't say that's a negative. That's a plus for the game, the limited ammo, because it really had you controlling your shots. You couldn't waste shots. You're a sniper.
You couldn't waste your ammunition.
Yeah, you couldn't waste your ammunition at all. Yeah, it was like forcing you, like, you have machine gun, I think you had 90 shots, that's 30 in your clip plus 60 or 2 extra cartridges with you. One of my friends told me stop using clip. So you had 2 extra cartridges with you. And while you were going out shooting and stuff, you're accustomed to spray until somebody dead. Instead, you have to do burst shots and control it while you're aiming to ensure that you'll have enough ammo that when somebody else pop up, you're good to go. Because the game forces your squad, which is now 4 people instead of the usual 5, which is terrible. That I hope they fix that. I don't know if that's because they're preparing you for the Battle Royale mode, which will be squads of 4, so they're getting accustomed to 4 people in the squad. I didn't get to play that yet, and hopefully soon we'll test the beta for that when they release the date. So you need a medic, you need support, you also need the assault, the guys to walk to anti-vehicle and then with you, and then lastly you need your scout, your sniper class. Yeah, it's basically Fortnite gamer, dude, and well, Fortnite popularized the Battle Royale mode that now has all FPS going the Fortnite route. That's like Battle of Elysium, which is currently free on Steam right now if you guys want to try it out. It's a new Battle Royale game with a more in a Frozen Tundra setting. Yeah, but let's go back into Battlefield. One of the new systems they did was I think Scout class I'll cover because I maxed out that class during the beta. Unfortunately, Fred couldn't do it because there was a lot of bugs and he couldn't use certain weapons until the game. So he'll talk about that. So let's just cover my experience with it. So when you use weapons now, just like how you level up your classes in Battlefield 1 and unlock stuff, they now add the level up to the weapons themselves. So when you get a new sniper rifle, you would now have to use the rifle constantly, and you'd have a skill tree which would split into 2 and end with 3 choices. And the choices would range. When I was using I forget the name of the sniper rifle I was using, but it branches off into rapid no scope firing, a skill tree where basically you load your gun faster, you aim down sights faster, and like stuff like that, better stability while not being prone and moving, versus being prone, unlocking the bipod, improving your scope, improving your stability, increasing the damage from long range shots. And also, one of the key things that we're upset about, I think it was adjusting the distance, the sight distance, Frederick. I think I'm mistaken. That is sight distance.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
It's zeroing?
Yes, zeroing. Yes. You now unlock zeroing. You don't have zeroing from the start. So when you're sniping, you will miss a lot because you won't be able to say you're shooting from this distance, and you could adjust the zeroing to ensure your bullets drop properly. Now you have to level up the gun to unlock zeroing to then switch the settings for this.
Yeah,
But the more you play the game, I think at the start, yes, now Freddy, you'll get your chance. The more you play the game, because I was really upset about the game. I don't know if some of you guys were here on stream with me when Fred were playing it. But I was really upset because it felt kind of buggy. It didn't feel like Battlefield. But as I played it and I unlocked the features for the guns, I started to get back into my groove with sniping. I played a lot better. And I'd have to say it feels more like Battlefield 5 because you're rewarded for your length of play. But
It feels like Battlefield 5. How does Battlefield 5 feels like, yo, we are playing Battlefield
a new
5.
game. It feels like a new game. It feels like an improvement. You get back your experience with the shooters and stuff. And it's good in a sense that it doesn't feel like Battlefield 1. It doesn't feel like a reskin like most people are saying. It actually feels like a completely different game. Especially with the kill streaks. Yes, it's freaking kill streaks. I don't care what they call it. Basically, it have kill streaks now in Battlefield. But it doesn't work for yourself. It works for your team.
Yeah.
The kill streaks, yeah. It's like how the better your squad play, the faster you unlock kill streaks and the better kill streaks you unlock. I think one of the more popular things you guys seen was when you're calling the bombs and you got to drop off the V1 rockets and it would just like wipe an objective. So you get like massive kills for the team for calling in an objective like that. We got to call it in a few times, but it was bugged in the beta because sometimes like you try to call it in, the binoculars wouldn't pop up because when you're going to use a kill streak, you have to take out the phone, ring it in, and when you ring it in, you'll get the binoculars, and you have to use the binoculars to target the location you're calling the kill streaks on. So it was kind of buggy, and I think we only got to use it like twice later on, but we weren't streaming, so you guys didn't get to see that. The guns so far, we only got like 4 guns, except for the scout class only had 3. But besides that, and the skins and stuff, the road to Battlefield 5 unlocked something. Oh my god, I think I didn't finish that road to Battlefield 5. I missed out a lot of bonuses from Battlefield 1. But
we were talking about that, like an event is actually going on now, so those who play Battlefield and you guys.
Oh, it's still going on?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's still going on. There's
oh, nice.
Event that is going on right now as we speak, so you can check that out.
Yeah, it's called Road to Battlefield 5, and basically you'll unlock skins, dog tags, and stuff like that for when the game actually comes out in November, because it got delayed. I think it didn't really get delayed. I think they more rubbed it into people's face who talking about they were afraid of Red Dead Redemption, so they brought it closer to Red Dead Redemption.
That's again, for those watching, if you do watch game review or game discussion videos, and you see people and they're talking about how Battlefield 5 is launching at that date because of competition between Call of Duty and Red Dead, please correct these lost souls. I will talk more about that when it's my time to talk, but yeah, continue, Jonathan.
Yeah, alright. Like, last thing I'm going to cover in the game now is piloting. No, actually, Fred will have to cover piloting. I didn't do piloting. Fred piloted the different vehicles. So Fred will cover all that in his section. I guess the last thing I'm going to cover is gameplay on a whole. The game is ridiculously rewarding for playing each of the different classes. So if you play a medic, you are rewarded strongly for helping your teammates, reviving them, healing them, and as a medic, you no longer heal yourself directly. I don't know if you guys are watching the video right now, but as he switched to the rifle, actually, that's you, Fred, or this one me? I think this is you, Fred. Right, when Fred just put up the rifle, you saw on the bar like there was a small package stuff. That's a medic pack. You actually have to go and pick up a medic pack to heal yourself. So either if a medic give you that, or you see he's by the medic box right there, you actually have to go up, pull the medic pack from that box, and you press up on the D-pad to heal yourself. Yeah. The downside of that with how they set the keys and stuff is like sometimes you might be pressing it and you might change. Well, he's in a sniper rifle now, so it's not a problem. You might change your the type of shooting you have, rate of fire. You'll change your rate of fire. You might go from burst to single shot to full auto. That was dumb, but like sometimes when you press the
The
downside of that with the
games it was
how
dumb.
they
I
set
don't know
the
why they
keys
switch
and
it on
stuff
to
is
be
like
like your primary and
sometimes you might be
secondary
pressing
now.
it and you might
Where we have to
yeah.
like
So
press.
it's like
You have to
like
hold, not press. Hold
Yeah.
triangle.
yeah, you had to change up your layouts and a lot of confusing stuff with the game. You guys will get to experience when the game comes out. I would have had you guys over to Fred because I talked a lot just now, and let Fred cover the vehicles and his personal experience in it.
Alright. I was looking forward to this. If it's anything, for those who may have missed the stream, I may try to pull together a short video in terms of, why I thought Fred may not get Battlefield 5 on day of launch. So if you know Battlefield launches and you don't see me streaming, you will know why. I will discuss it in the video. But my impressions of the beta. Now, this is to prove to a lot of my viewers who feel that I am biased towards Call of Duty and say that I always bash on Call of Duty. I'm gonna bash on my own franchise. Because to me, you can't support mediocre and mediocrity, right? And Battlefield 5, despite the new mechanics and the amount of content that they want to add to the game, they took what was not broken and just took it out of the game. A lot of the mechanics that worked, right? You just took out. Now, let's start with first thing first, sound in the game. The game is dead. Now you may ask yourself, what do I mean by that? In my video, I will show you in previous Battlefields, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1 especially. If you spawn in the back of the map, you will still hear gunshots. You will still hear explosions. Now, you may not always be able to necessarily identify which gun is being used, but once you're always hearing gunshots and you're hearing explosions and you'll be like, yo, you're hearing vehicles above you, you understand, jets, helicopters, planes, especially like mostly in Battlefield 1, you hear those things, you're like, this is war. And that's what Battlefield offers. Battlefield offers you an experience, despite it being a game, but you still kind of get that war feeling compared to Call of Duty. You don't really get that feeling of war in Call of Duty because of how Call of Duty and so supposedly fast-paced Call of Duty is compared to Battlefield. Now, Battlefield in itself could be fast if you play properly. Well, that was the case in previous, especially Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1. If you're running from objective to objective, you will always encounter enemies and it will always be like, yo, you're always on the run. With Battlefield 5, it's like, yo, where is everybody? And at times I wonder, like, is this a server of 32? Really? Or is it like a server of 16? Because it felt like if it was just playing with 16 people. No, you're not hearing any songs, you're not hearing any explosions, nothing. The game sounds quiet. And only when you get, let's say, within like a flag area to be able to capture it, then you may hear one or two shots. But then once everybody is dead, yeah, moment of silence again. 2. Spotting. Now, I don't know why a few people will always complain and be like, oh, I didn't like the 3D spotting, or yo, it didn't make no sense. 1. Many people, despite there being 3D spotting, let's say even Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 3, all the Battlefield games that had 3D spotting, many people still did not use it, right? Now, 3D spotting helps a lot. You know why? Because if you're on a flag, you're like, oh, look, there's an enemy there, right? Whether or not he appears as a little small square on the minimap for a little while or whatever, you at least know, okay, there's an enemy behind this wall or there's an enemy here. Now, with 3D spotting off, it is like, where are the enemies? When we were playing on the snow map, the camouflage, everybody uniform blending into the snow. Somebody is just lying on the ground But again, you can't spot. So tapping R1, and I always was tapping R1, even when I was sniping, because it's like engraved in me, like, yo, spot the guy before you shoot. So in case that you hit and you don't kill, you at least know, okay, he's there, or you can inform, right, and assist your other squad mates to let them know, hey, there's a guy right there. Now R1 just shows you and your squad like the meters out, like, okay, so there's supposedly a guy 212 meters away from you. Right? So it was like taking away spotting to me is like defeating the whole, like, yo, it just didn't make sense, because now it even makes vehicular combat mere impossible unless you're in a tank, right? If you're in a plane, you have to suffer. And as being a pilot in Battlefield 1, trying to use planes in Battlefield 5, these planes feel slower than biplanes that were made out of wood and paper in World War One. These were supposed to be some high-end, advanced technology-wise, you know, like sophisticated kind of stuff. And these planes are there moving slower than the biplanes in Battlefield 1. Why is it like that? I don't know. DICE has a lot of work to do with that, because within that whole beta, I don't even think many people really actually use the planes. Dog fighting makes no sense because, one, again, nobody's using the plane, so there's nobody to really fight in the sky. And then when you're doing bombing runs or strafes, you have to be like, what? After one run, you have to then go and get ammo within the sky to then go and do another run. But you don't know who or where you're dropping your bombs on. Right? Now, our next problem. My experience in the beta, really and truly, I did not enjoy it because of the bugs in terms of it limited me with what classes and what guns I can use. Like, to me, a beta is supposed to be like, oh, I want to test out every single gun, every single thing, so I can know what I'm going to be playing in the game. And if I can't do that, then what is the whole purpose? If you understand what I'm saying, I couldn't play my scout class when, like, for the second day until the beta was over. So I couldn't unlock any other scout rifle. I couldn't unlock any of the skill trees or requirements for the scout class. So that in itself upset me and pissed me off, because I mean, I'm a scout player. I like the scout class. Next thing, medic. I couldn't use the EMP rifle. So I was just like, yo, how am I gonna test out this gun? Like, how would I know which gun I would like and look forward to playing in the full game compared to like these guns now, right? So to me, that was a big issue and problem that I had. Was the next thing as well. Reviving. My lord. The revive, or let's say skeleton icon, is so small you cannot see it. Period. You can't see when your squad mate is dead because of the icon being so small, and you can't even really and truly see other teammates when they're dead. So therefore you have medics on there legit on top of your bodies, and before you know, we all thought that medics never used to do their job. Now this time, yo, they're definitely not doing their job because they can't even see you, right? So that in itself was like, yo, this game really and truly needs a lot of work. And people have to understand, if this beta was in September and the game was originally supposed to launch in October, technically this was the build of the game that we would have got, right? Sure, they may have tried to fix one or two of the bugs that would have been reported in the beta, but this was a game that we were going to get. And at this stage, this game sucks, right? Sure, you have nice, cool elements added in terms of like you can be on your back, you know, and fire. That was cool. You can throw grenades back. So that in itself also, you know, is a nice touch to it. But despite all of that, it is like, yo, what was going on? You understand what I'm saying? What was our next issue that I especially had encountered? In terms of like the tanks, I don't know if it was like cotton candy I was shooting or cotton balls or something like that, but the tank shells were doing no damage to infantry. And I'm telling you, I'm shooting this guy point blank range and it's doing nothing. So I had to switch to my machine gun. Now with the machine gun I wrecked. But then when I run out of ammunition, I'm like, I'm screwed. Because again, my shells, they're not doing anything. So at least with tanks now, the supposed like, oh, you can't camp in vehicles. It depends on the player, right? But my experience with the beta wasn't really and truly, I wasn't happy with it. I expected a bit more from it, and DICE, to be very honest, did not deliver. And because of that, I am so happy that I did not pre-order the game. I didn't pre-order the game leading up to the beta, and I still have not pre-ordered the game as yet because I'm still following development with this game in terms of would they address a lot of the issues that is present in the game. And to be very honest, a lot of the issues that we have in the game is because of the Battlefield community on a whole. I'm gonna call out the community. I mean, I call out the Call of Duty community for keep giving Activision their money for games that technically to me you shouldn't really be paying $60 or full price every single year, especially when there's no innovation, there's no anything new that they're offering. But I'm gonna call out Battlefield's community for being extremely toxic. And what we have to understand now, DICE is a development team that listens to the community. But if the community is divided, and Battlefield 5's community in itself, since the day of the trailer, the release trailer, has been heavily divided. Battlefield 5 is the way it is now because the community begged for cosmetics items. Now everybody got upset with EA, right, for Star Wars being pay to win, and everybody was like Battlefield 1 felt boring because of the lack of, and I have these in inverted commas, lack of customization. Now in my previous video, what I did a video a while back in terms of why Battlefield 4 is still popular now. Is because again in that video I discussed and I talked about it being a modern day shooter. So you have a lot of options you can go with. Battlefield 1 being a World War 1 shooter, there's not much you can do. So when people complain, such as like Jack Frags and Westy and a lot of these other big YouTubers who have a voice. I mean, we're a YouTube channel, but we're small, so our voice may not always be heard. But when these big guys, say that, oh, Battlefield 1, there's a lack of customization, I'm like, yo, it was World War 1, for crying out loud. What did you want from a World War 1 game? Weaponry wasn't all that advanced as yet. In terms of scopes and all that, yo, remember, this was like people who were using both action rifles. And I always said, if you want an authentic feeling for a World War game, you can go and play Verdun and realize how hard that game is. But as if you want that, customization led to a lot of this whole female choice and weird soldier camos and all of that. And to be very honest, we don't really need that in a first-person shooter. Why would I care how my soldier looks if I can't even see him? Answer me that, Jonathan.
Because he's an idiot.
Like, and no, but this is a serious problem. This is what people they were supposedly wanting. Customization, where they could customize their character. When you can't even see your character, the only time you see your body is if you're dead. You understand what I'm saying? You want to customize your guns. Putting camos on guns, to me, technically, I really actually don't care. Because again, you're not really going to be concentrating on what color camo I have on my gun. You know, I'm just gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna use this gun. I'm gonna find a guy who's not on my squad and not on my team, and I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna kill him, and then I'm gonna teabag him because he died. Right? That is what I play Battlefield for. The whole customization and this helping with your gun and all that, it only worked in Battlefield 4 because of where the setting was and what the setting was, right? And even in Battlefield 4, if you played Battlefield 4 long enough, you will realize that many people were just looking at the minimap in Battlefield 4. You know why? That is why I had that level of customization in terms of like suppressors and all of that. It's because if you fire your gun, you appear on the radar. So if you don't want to appear on the radar, you attach a suppressor, right? But obviously it had downsides to all of that. But that was because of the setting of the game and what the game was all about. So that's why you had that. Now maybe sounding like if I'm going on a rant, but to be very honest, as I said, I'm bashing Battlefield 5 because it's a franchise that I support, and I'm not happy with the direction that they took and they're taking with this game. We are to be blamed for the state that this game is in at this point in time, right? The call for customizations that technically isn't needed, changing mechanics that they took out that is a part of Battlefield and makes the game feel so good and feel run so smooth. They took that out to put in new stuff that to me sometimes feel clunky. You understand what I'm saying? There were a lot of bugs, and I don't want people to be like, yo, it's a beta, expect a lot of bugs. Like, no. If you're releasing a beta, sure there will be certain bugs, but still release a good game. Let me have fun, right? I did not enjoy this beta, and as I said, I may do a video to explain why I may not be getting Battlefield 5 at launch, and I'm really actually not upset with that, because why? It now means that I save $80, right? And I can buy Assassin's Creed. I mean, I was gonna get Assassin's Creed and Battlefield 5 at the same time, but no, it's just like, yo, clear cut. So I don't know, right, how I will like take on like the upcoming future for Battlefield 5, but the game has a long and a good way to go still, like a really good way to go still. It may be fun for about 1 or 2 hours, but then it just is like, I don't know. Plus also to address, I realize that a lot of people ask, a lot of people they are skeptical about it because then they're not seeing anything about like the D-Day, or people want like the Battle of Stalingrad and whatnot. Remember folks, this is a live service game now, so and the setting that we're starting off with at this point in time is 1940. So technically D-Day has not happened as yet, nor has the Battle of Stalingrad. So we will get those things with the live service. But yeah, so that's just to like address those people and they who have been like always like, oh, we want to see this. But then again, like, yo, I want to see the untold stories, just like what, you know, Dice has said, the untold stories of World War II, because if you want to, every single World War II game in the past has always started off with the D-Day landing. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like, oh my gosh, like, okay, yeah. And then to me, the D-Day landings are always glorified, that, you know, it was so successful. Like you always clear it and be like, yo, but I want a D-Day landing where it's like, yo, I'm legit like wondering, okay, I'm not gonna really actually make this. Yes, I know in history you made it, but the Allies only just made it just by that. Like, if you wanna put it like this, put it like the Germans and they ran out of ammunition. That is how they was supposedly successful, because they just didn't have no more ammunition. But if I don't want to go into that, because then it will lead to me being a bit letting you all know why I really actually backed for World War II, so I won't go there. But yeah, so I think that's it for me on Battlefield 5. it has a lot of development to work with. I tried playing the beta with my boys, OC, Jonathan, and a few other friends. It was good for a little while, but you know this. So what saying if this live, yeah, this live. I didn't pre-record my voice. I don't understand this. See, stop trying to convince me to buy Red Dead, please. But anyway, yeah, Jonathan.
Red Dead awesome.
Yeah, I didn't play the first Red Dead, so I'm not really, like, I don't want to be a hypocrite and be like, you know, into the whole hype train and be like, yo, Red Dead, Redemption 2. I didn't really actually play the first one, so that's just me. Which I think that a lot of people and they haven't played the first Red Dead, but you know, the bandwagonists and they'll be like, oh, Red Dead 2, you know, I'm like, yeah, that's a game, that's a great game. You haven't even played the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, Red Dead 2, I'll be picking it up, so I'll be covering that one on stream. Yeah, I also believe Red Dead 2 will be going for Game of the Year. So, Fred is the only one negative about it.
We will see. We need to like play some bets, right? Play some bets, everybody, and then we will see who wins.
Lose? For you to lose?
For me to lose? Hahaha. Nah. We'll see. He's telling me to get PlayStation now, and then cancel my subscription. Sure, give me the money, the $20 US bit now. I know you're a big boy too now. You know you making real money. Anyway, our next topic I think will then be now. Again, it's still touching on, let's say, like the media. For those following Cleaning Prince and Downward Trust, you know, especially Cleaning Prince, he has been called out on, you know, his tactics or the way that he reports his games and how he covers his with his essays / discussions. And before I hand it over to Jonathan, he did make a video addressing it, but my take on it is, apart from not necessarily putting in all the hours needed to talk about certain games that you may cover, like such as like Division or whatnot, I enjoyed his content a bit because to me it wasn't like bought. You know, he wasn't bought to say these things. He wasn't bought to say Call of Duty is great or Call of Duty is back. If he ever covered a Call of Duty game or title, you know what I'm saying? To me, I think he's actually being honest with his impressions, though his impressions at times may be wrong in terms of like what he may be talking about, in terms of like a bug that would have been fixed like 5 months ago and he's not mentioning it. But yeah, the whole basis of it is that a lot of media outlets cover fake news, if you want to put it like that. Let's go Donald Trump here and cover fake news.
Okay, guys, so basically we're not going to go too much deep into it because, as Fred said, he already came out with a video addressing the issue. But it's a big problem right now with YouTubers who are using other people's content, because just recently we had where the reporter from, I think it was IGN, got called out for stealing a guy's review of a YouTuber's review of that game. Yeah.
And that YouTuber, I don't want to say he's a small YouTuber, nor a big YouTuber. I think the safest bet to say is that he's a YouTuber upcoming. And again, when you work so hard to make a video and then these guys from, let's say, IGN or whatever other big news reporting channel just comes, takes your content, takes your ideas, says it in their own supposed review, and they raking and racking, you know, all the views and whatnot, and you're there like, yo, I put in a lot of work, you feel cheated out of, and I don't like that.
Yeah, and that is the problem with Clean Prince Gaming that he got made out for. He wasn't really made out for not only being wrong with his information, but also not even playing a game. And then he would take other people's video and not even, you know, reference the guys or say, well, yo, I borrowed this video from this guy, I'm watching the gameplay and I'm going to give my input on it. He's like, the thing that made him got called out was the Spiderman in regards to the puddle. and he didn't realize that a lot of other people covered it already issue, and even the developer covered the issue, and he just was like, oh, it upsets him, blah blah blah, generalized talk. And they were talking like, he does this, he does a video, generalize it, and then all of a sudden he's gonna say, correct myself, I was wrong, blah blah blah. And that was the issue, right, Fred?
Yeah, it was like he compared the puddle supposed issue again when he was like he compared to like Ubisoft and be like, this is, but again, a lot of people in there like didn't understand what he was trying to say. To me, I think the way he would have like carried about it or brought about it kind of like made him look bad. But in all reality, he still kind of had a point in terms of a lot of these game developers, and they promise you a game and then they don't deliver upon that game. And we as gamers, we deserve better than that. You know what I'm saying? If we're paying $60, $80, or let's say for certain people who buy like the collector's editions and whatnot, spend over $100 US, we should, if we're promised this, we should get what we were promised and even better. And that's what Spider-Man did. Like that's why he was proven wrong, because Spider-Man was like, we were promised this alright game, this new game. We got a great game, God of War was like, well, God of War was always great from the minute it was announced. I was like, yo, God of War. Monster Hunter was like, yo, Monster Hunter. So the whole point is that a lot of these developers, and they mostly, especially Ubisoft, could only be held accountable for this in terms of releasing an unfinished game or a rushed game and then patching it after. And to be very honest, Ubisoft is the only company that could pull this off. If EA does this, EA is in like the shithole. If Activision does this, which I don't understand, Activision does it all the time. Everybody complains, but then everybody still gives them their money. And where everybody's trying to boycott EA with Battlefield 5, but EA has FIFA and they're raking in money.
Hold on a second there, Frederick. These guys are arguing about Warframe on the stream?
Let them argue about the Warframe, you know what I'm saying? Let them talk, yo.
Yogi and Mason.
That's right, guys. You guys trash it out. Which one is better? Which Warframe or whatever?
I have to say I'm guilty here, guys. I basically put up the Red Dead trailer while you guys were talking, and Mason basically said, yeah, take some notes, Frederick. Take some notes. Game of the year.
that is, look at that game of the year.
We will see. We will see when God of War takes it.
You seriously believe God of War going to beat Red Dead?
Yep.
But
Yep.
I think they might take into consideration the time Red Dead is coming out versus God of War. That's the only thing.
I don't care. It's gonna take. I'm gonna win awards.
Sure.
Well, maybe we need to post up a poll on the Brothers of Steel.
Yeah, we
Maybe
definitely need to
I
put
think
up a poll.
I think we need to do a poll. Do a quick little trailer video of what we think Game of the Year is gonna be. Hey, maybe we can do that. We'll do a video on the top picks for video Game of the Year, and we'll have a little coverage of it, and we'll have a voting at the end of it.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, but these biased people, and I think will be paid out, to vote for Red Dead. But remember, guys, if you vote for God of War, I can. If you play League, might slip you a little RP here and there. If you on PlayStation, I might bless you with a little PSN credits. You never know. God of War. I'm not buying votes. Just saying.
That's called buying votes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess that's about it for our stream today, guys, because we covered everything so far for this week, and it's really glad to be back here in GameTalk.
Yeah, it's definitely glad to be back, guys, and yeah, what a night tonight. Dartfred and Forsaken definitely went at it. tonight. You guys had some serious passion talking about that Battlefield 5, and I have to give you kudos, Frederick. That was took some moxie there to see what you said about Battlefield 5. Considering everyone thinks you're totally biased to the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have to say that. I think the same way
Yep.
too. So that surprised me.
yeah, man. I can't be biased. I always try to be just and fair, and
That's a lie, guys.
no, it's not a lie. I'm just upset that we just didn't get time to cover the Black Ops, the Black Ops 4 Battle Royale game mode. I have not really and truly done much research on it. Again, my schedule has been quite busy for the past few days. So yeah, I will get into that, and I will watch a few. I know that I haven't played it, so I can't always think, but from what I watched and those who I watch in terms of like how they bring across their reviews, I will be able to say whether or not it is going to be a contender to supposedly kill Fortnite, because that's the way that everybody is like talking now. Is Blackout gonna kill Fortnite? So we'll see.
Nah, well, we'll see. All right, guys. I think that's it for tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow night, which is Friday, we might be. I have to say might. We have some Fortnite people lining up on a Friday. Last week we had Small Man Ned. If you had a small man on a stream on Fortnite last week and getting on real bad, yeah, that's a up and young upcoming brother of steel, and we decided to encourage you to play on a Friday, so they like to play the Fortnite. So you can look out for Fortnite tomorrow night, and we'll see who will be leading the charge. And so don't forget, hopefully next week also, Forsaken and I will produce some kind of video. We'll see what goes on. Long time we haven't done a video, Forsaken, but we'll get on
Yeah,
it.
really long.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But alright, guys, I think we're back. We're back in a gear right now. As I said, due to time constraints by all of us, commitments, but we're back on track. So it's good to have you on the Brothers of Steel, especially on Game Talk Live. So that's it for us. Tune in next week for another Game Talk and hopefully some more videos. Until next time.